All right, check out our new sponsor, Greenwood Stocks. They want you to know how to be able to trade stocks and be your own boss and be free to travel the world by making passive income. We all need that passive income from stock market. What are you waiting for? Call or text 281-760-3170. If you didn't catch that, that's on your screen. Or check them out at social media, Greenwood Stocks, and catch them at Gmail, greenwoodstocktrading at Gmail, and the YouTube channel is Greenwood Stocks. Appreciate them for giving me the opportunity. Check them out. We out. All right, I wanted to get to this yesterday, didn't get into it, but it says Tom Brady, Sr. unloads smack talk on the Patriots. Buccaneers will win rather handily. Let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. If you didn't know, Tom Brady's going back to Foxborough week 4. I'm not sure if that's going to be on prime time, but I mean, let me just say how big the game is. But hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Honestly, This is the only team sport that I get excited for anymore. You know, when basketball season come, I used to get an itch in the 90s. Used to really get a nice little itch. When the playoffs came, I got a hell of an itch. You know, and really, I don't really have an itch like I once had for baseball. You know, but when the playoffs came around, you know. But how big this game is, check the NFL playlist out, hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. They say for the October 3rd game, Buccaneers and Patriots, tickets are $1,370, with prices as high as $12,000 on Ticketmaster, according to Vivid Seats. So this is a huge game in New England. They got money up there. Look at a lot of wealthy people, or prominent people, especially in the NFL. They from that Northeast area, or like Philadelphia, or in the Pennsylvania area. All right, go look. You know, and for the tickets to get up to $12,000, and I already know it may not be filled to the massity, and that's maybe why, but that's gonna be a humongous game, bro. You know, and it's nothing better than me. As a kid, for me, it was nothing better than watching the Detroit Lions on Sunday, even though we was gonna get smacked. My granny said, "You putting your faith in them sorry Lions, you gonna be sorry." I'm paraphrasing there, but it was nothing better as an adult than watching football on Sundays. It was nothing better. You know, when you was younger, your homeboys come over. We watched the first week, bro, because, you know, when you get older, people, you know, don't got time. We get together the first week, and I remember we get over my mom's crib watching this shit, right? And the Calvin Johnson rule game, where Stafford gets knocked out the game. Sean Hill come in. He throws the game-winning touchdown at Soldier Field to Calvin Johnson. Johnson catches it. It hits the ground. He has it like this. He gets up to celebrate, and they say he dropped the ball because he didn't tuck it, or he didn't catch it with two hands. But yeah, that's a Sunday night game. I believe that's a Sunday night game. Check my calendar. That's gonna be huge, man. And don't sell Bill Belichick short. I know Tom seen Bill Belichick many times in practice, but don't be surprised. Yes, it's a Sunday night game. Don't be surprised if Bill Belichick don't pull something out his ass. You know, don't be surprised, man. Don't get too cocky, Mr. Tom Brady Sr. But he goes on. The New England Patriots just got some serious bulletin board material from their match against the Buccaneers, and it's coming from none other than Tom Brady, dad. Brady Sr. eyed as Tom in California was candid about his son's big return to Foxborough when appearing on the local radio show Thursday, saying he's already drooling at the thought of his son playing against the Pats week 4. I saw the schedule come out last night, and I started salivating. When I saw that we play the Patriots in the 4th game of the season, Brady Sr. said to Zolik and Burt Rand of 98.5, the Sports Hub. All right, and here, let's see if we get the sound going.
I saw the schedule come out last night, and I started salivating when I saw that we play the Patriots in the 4th game of the season, and that we're coming up here to make our record 4-0 after the 4th game. So it's a pretty fun time.
Well, I mean, hey, you got Cowboys on that opening night, and then I think it's Atlanta. Then you got a tough West Coast trip against the Rams. That's gonna be a short week for your guy there to get ready. But you still think it's 4-0 coming out of the gate?
Well, to be. Yeah, I actually, they're all tough.
Yeah.
You look at them and there are no walkovers, but coming back home to Boston, it's our second home here, and the Patriots are our second favorite team. It's a game where we get to root against nobody. We get to root for the Patriots, but our most favorite team, of course, is the Buccaneers, and so we expect to beat the Patriots rather handily.
All right. If you heard Tom Brady Sr. off my soundbar. All right, so if you didn't hear, we coming up there to make our record for the fourth game. So pretty fun time. It wasn't all smack talk. However, Brady Sr. softened up and talked about how it'll be a special to return to Gillette Stadium and enjoying being back at their second home to watch their second favorite team. It's a game where we get to root against we get to root against nobody. We get to root for the Patriots, but our most favorite team are the Buccaneers. And that's when Tom Brady Sr. dropped one more jab for good measure. We expect to beat the Patriots handily, frankly. Damn, Dad, how do you really feel? So, it ain't really never good to really smack talk because, remember, Brett Favre was an older quarterback playing for the Vikings. Remember, he didn't have much success. I think it was an 8-8 New York Jets. And don't forget they added a game to the NFL season this year. So it's 17 weeks. And he has a really successful year. Sorry, my neck is on fire today. He has a really successful year his first year in Minnesota. I mean, Sidney Rice, Percy Harvin, they rolling. And ultimately in the NFC Championship game, it is Bountygate, and they beat Brett Favre down. What's so hilarious what's so forgotten about that game? People really focus on Brett Favre really not having a good game and getting beat up that game. But people forget Adrian Peterson, fumbled the ball on the goal line several times that game. Had Adrian Peterson ran the ball in one time or two times, I think that game goes to overtime. Or it went to overtime. The game would have been close. But ultimately, when you look at it, Brett Favre wouldn't have been good enough to go to the Super Bowl. And ultimately, Peyton Manning has 3 Super Bowls. He won one in Indianapolis, one in Denver, went to 2 in Indianapolis, went to 2 in Denver. Ultimately, he has 2 Super Bowls. He goes on to have 3 Super Bowls. And to me, you can't really count your chickens before they hatch because you know what? You get knocked out your prime in any contact sport, any sport in general almost, you get knocked out your prime like that. So, usually for the Super Bowl champions, they don't have the Super Bowl hangover to the extent that the runner-ups have. You look at, year before last runner-up, the 49ers, terrible. And it seemed to be just as prominent as the Madden curse. So you really can't count your chickens before you hatch. And you're sitting on eggshells to really sit there and be like, is it time that Tom Brady fall out of his prime? Because it's going to happen. Most people is not going to be able to anticipate it. You look at the schedule this year for Tampa Bay. It's not easy. This $100 million man, Dak Prescott. Then you go to Atlanta. Division game's already hard. You go to Rams with a better quarterback in Matt Stafford. Then you go to the Patriots. I mean, if they're not on an A game, they can easily lose all those games. Dolphins, another tough team. Eagles, Bears, Saints, a tough team. I mean, without the quarterback, probably not. Football team, they gave them a hell of a run in the playoffs. The Giants, they could becoming a better team. The Colts becoming a better team. You got the Falcons again. The Bills, a really good team. The Saints again. The Panthers, the Jets. Really, the second half of their schedule is easy, but it's a tough thing. You sit there and gloat. My son do this, my son do that. Belichick ain't no punk. Belichick is one of the most genius guys in football. And Tom probably used to tear him up in practice, but he gonna throw a wrinkle in there. He knows what will make Tom's tick. Remember, like a couple years ago, Tom's last game, his last game in his last season was with the Patriots. And remember, I think it was what's that joker that played for the Bills? I forget his name. He came from the Patriots. I mean, he came from the Packers, I think. He picked Tom Brady off, and they beat, I think the Patriots beat him. Bill runs down and asks him, how do you end up getting the interception on time? Don't be sleeping on it. It's not gonna be easy. And if it is easy, it's good because of the offense. Cam Newton and them is not really gonna mount any resistance. But interesting. The only thing you missing is it's not gonna probably be snowing that early in October in New England. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Check the NFL playlist out. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All my social media links in the description. Fast way reach me is Twitter, then Facebook, then Instagram. Also got a Facebook group link in there as well too. If you want to advertise your business on the channel, video request, chop it up. My link's there. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Best way to donate. Share the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section one time. Peace.